Okay, my people, we have another one from the Cosmic Wonder. Avengers Doomsday, Captain America, details, leaked photos, new event coming from Marvel. Let's get into the reaction.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. We have a lot of Marvel news to go over today, as we have some news about Chris Evans returning as Steve Rogers, some details about what to expect from him when we do see him back on screen yet again. We have a leaked picture of an X-Men to go over, and it looks like Marvel Studios might be doing some big event before the official release of the Avengers Doomsday trailer, which is said to be attached to Avatar Fire and Ash, coming December 17th. So, an event for Marvel Studios might be coming soon. It looks like we might sort of get a new chair video from Marvel Studios. We'll break all of this down in this video, and if you're new and you love Marvel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is Chris Evans, because it's basically confirmed at this point that he is returning. Big outlets have already reported that Chris Evans is returning as Captain America, but now Daniel RPK has said that he is going to be Nomad in Avengers Doomsday. Now, he did not specify if he was returning as Captain America and a different variant of Captain America that is also going to be Nomad, or if they're going to be one and the same. Nomad in the comics is where Steve Rogers gives up being Captain America. He becomes disillusioned with the government, and he basically puts the shield down. Going back in time at the end of Avengers Endgame and putting the shield down and putting, well, the hammer down, because he had that as well, but he should have dropped it off. But basically giving up the life of a superhero to be with Peggy, perhaps that is a version of Nomad. We don't know what he's been doing in this other universe, and we don't know at what point in time Doom or Loki or the Avengers are going to show up and see Captain America in that timeline, but they could be one and the same. However, at the same time, the new insider Majestic claims that they have seen a leaked image of Chris Evans in
This is going to be very, very interesting, man. I like the sound of it.
Avengers Doomsday, and this is their description of what they saw. According to Majestic, the actor's costume features an ugly brown jacket, a black t-shirt, brown pants with a black belt and silver buckle, and notably his signature beard. Evans is reportedly holding Mjolnir and sporting the same beard style as in Infinity War, though his hair appears slightly longer this time. So this would kind of make it seem like it's Nomad here. It is interesting that he is holding Mjolnir. Now, what I think might be happening here, we might actually see what we've been wanting to see for such a very long time. Chris Evans as Nomad, as he returns the stones, as he returns Mjolnir, because you would question why he still has Mjolnir. You would question why he is wearing this outfit. But I think what's going on here is, since we've heard rumors and reports for a very long time, many years, basically after Avengers Endgame ended, we started hearing all of these rumors. We were supposed to be getting a Nomad show, which would star Chris Evans as Captain America, that would be all about him returning the stones, and of course returning Mjolnir to the points in time where they took the stones and where they took Mjolnir. It seems like Marvel has basically scrapped that idea of ever giving us a TV show or a movie showing what happened, and instead we might get some of that happening in Avengers Doomsday, which I think is actually a really great idea. They show us what he did, and then they show us him returning to live with Peggy Carter, and unfortunately that might be when Doom shows up. Hopefully they get a little bit of time. They get a little bit of time to be together before Doom shows up, before Loki shows up, but I think that is kind of the order of events that we're going to be getting here. I hear a lot of people online talking about what could the beginning of the movie be, and if all the rumors that we've been hearing are true about Doom's universe getting destroyed, I think it might start with that, and that will kind of kick off Doom wanting to seek out these people, and then we could get some shots of the Avengers, and then I think we go to this. I think the second time we see Doom, he actually shows up to Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, and we'll see what happens from there. But I really do like this. Let me know what you think about this. Then we have what could be, it's not confirmed, but what seems to be a leaked photo of concept art of Mystique. You can see here, it's fairly comic accurate. We got the blue and we've got the white, but the biggest thing about this is, well, it was posted online anonymously,
Mystique
but if you're a part of the cast and the crew and you're responsible for this art, you're not gonna post it to your own account. You're obviously going to want to keep it a secret. It's gotten out somehow. But what's really interesting is if we take a look at the very real photo that we got of the cast members' bag that they posted online that showed a picture of all of the different cast members in costume as their characters, this concept art looks exactly like Mystique's square did. When we saw her in that concept art, if you compare these two, it looks exactly the same. So I think there's a good chance that this is probably real, the concept art, right? And Mystique will probably look very similar to this when we get her on screen. What's really great about this is many insiders at this point in time have confirmed that those images that we saw on that bag that pictured everybody in very comic accurate uniforms, they've all basically confirmed, yes, this is what they look like. They've all kind of said, yes, they are getting incredibly comic accurate uniforms. Now, as you can see here, this isn't exactly 100% comic accurate, but it's pretty dang close, right? It's their own MCU version of it. I'm sure some are going to be like to the detail incredibly accurate, or for the most part accurate, like Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine, and some are going to be, give off the same essence and are pretty close. But I think overall what they're going for is kind of an upgraded look, but a very comic accurate look. And this leaked concept art photo backs that up as well, which I'm just really, really excited for. But go ahead and let me know your thoughts about this. Now, speaking about that big event that might be coming up that I mentioned, the insider Cryptic HD Quality, who has a really great track record when it comes to scoops, says that the Avengers Doomsday trailer is attached to Avatar Fire and Ash, but they are hearing some people might even get an earlier look, and it has something to do with a particular Sunday event in December. They specified it's not CCXP, so what a lot of people are thinking now is perhaps Marvel Studios, one, might be doing another chair video, but that could actually be combined with a big event for maybe press. Maybe they could be doing a press conference where they show the trailer and they kind of reveal the new cast, and that way these people can go and they can talk about what they saw. I actually think this is a pretty good idea. This is actually what DC did with Superman. They showed the trailer, and also they did another event where they showed the movie to press and to influencers and everything before. That way they could go out and they could talk about it, and they could get the hype up for it. I think Marvel actually needs to do this, because I think Marvel needs as much hype for Avengers Doomsday right now as they could possibly get. Now, I can actively see it. I read the comments and I see people talk about it online. I can see the hype. It's building. It really is building. And I think Marvel sees that too, but they need to just keep going up and up and up and up. They need to keep taking it up notches. And I think this event would be a really great way to do that, showing the trailer a little bit before everybody else sees it. Not too early, right? Not like weeks and weeks in advance, but maybe a week before everybody else sees it will get everybody really hyped to go see that trailer. Now, at the same time, it'll probably also push sales to Avatar Fire and Ash, which of course is also owned by Disney. So pretty good strategy for Disney/Marvel overall. But I think overall the hype for Avengers Doomsday is going to be really boosted up by this event if they do this type of event, which I do think they actually should do. DC has done a lot of stuff like this in the past, and they've did their fandom event and stuff like that, whereas Marvel Studios, every now and then, like randomly, they'll pop out and do like a YouTube video presentation, like the chair video, or something else, like during an investors meeting or something. But I think they actually could use their own event, something they do maybe once a year, or even just randomly, that is just them on YouTube or in person at their studio, inviting influencers and the press and everybody like that, and just basically blowing it up, getting as much coverage as you possibly can and getting as much hype as you possibly can for Doomsday. I think they need it. I really do. But what we've heard about the trailer sounds like they're going to do everything they can to really hype this up, because it apparently is going to have a lot of Doom in it. It's going to be more than a teaser trailer, and it's going to show Doom in action. So I'm pumped already for the trailer. I'm sure after we see the trailer, we're going to be even more pumped. I'm pumped after hearing about these leaks. But go ahead, let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. You can also...
Okay, so this is interesting. I like the Chris Evans part. I feel like everyone knew there was going to be some type of Chris Evans thing going, as we saw it in Wolverine Deadpool, they used him as a variant. As soon as they released the variant thing with Wolverine Deadpool and they watched how good that was, I knew that it kind of made sense for them to go towards that side. Because that was the best. I feel like out of all the movies, I've said this before, since Marvel did Endgames and all that and Avengers, and they stopped and for a while, and they redone. Obviously, after the lockdown and them doing other things and that, they went quiet. And then one of the movies that came out that did, I feel like, the best was Wolverine Deadpool, if I'm not mistaken. Out of all of them, except from Spider-Man, put that away, because Spider-Man was different level, man. Spider-Man always is good. But yeah, Wolverine Deadpool was the best, I think, to watch out of all of them, even including, I feel like, the Thunderbolts. Was close, but nah, I don't think it was better than when Wolverine Deadpool came out. It was way better in hype, and people, yeah, it was better. It was just better, man. And then Thunderbolts came after. Thunderbolts did okay. I still don't think like they, yeah, whatever, each to his own. And then you got Fantastic Four, and I don't know, people said that they really liked Fantastic Four. Nah, I've never liked really a Fantastic Four. I still like certain characters, like the Silver Surfer, Reed. I like the individual characters, but the movie as a whole, nah, it's not, I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed out of them three, Wolverine, Deadpool, and they obviously, as soon as they saw the variant thing and where they went with the variants and the timekeepers and all that, I knew that's the best option they have right now. And they know it as well, I think. They know if they tap into it and do a good storyline and get people doing variants, that's what you're going to see. I feel like that's what you're going to see, variants of different characters, fight scenes, like what they did in Endgame. You're going to see a lot of that, but at a really high level. And then mixing also different, like, X-Men characters amongst the Avengers characters, and then Doom as well, which I feel Doom in some type of way is really, obviously he's a part of the Avengers side, isn't he? But I just feel like every time I hear his role, I feel like that's a role for the Apocalypse. Like, they could do the same type of role, I guess, if they were doing, because they're doing separate X-Men movies. They can redo obviously Apocalypse, but I don't feel like the Apocalypse that we've seen is nothing compared to the Apocalypse I know when I was watching it in the comic books and the cartoons, shows, the TV shows. The Apocalypse that I know, and the graphics and all that, they didn't do a good job with him compared to, as I said, the cartoons and stuff. If you've seen the cartoons of Apocalypse, man, Jesus, yo, he's a different level, man. Different level. There's levels. What they say is there levels to this, and movie Apocalypse that we've seen so far is nothing. It's nothing, man. I'm telling you, it was an okay job, but they need to focus on him and make him how they did in the comic books that we know, and they got to use that. They've got the technology to do it now, man, to make him look good, the part. They did it with Thanos. They can do it with Apocalypse, man, I feel, anyway. The amount of technology they've got out there. They bloody can clone. Look what they did with the Will Smith movie. Like, made him a younger version of him. How many younger versions of him, shall I say? If they can do that with him, they can do Apocalypse easily. Come on, man, they can do that. You can do that. So every time I see Doom, or hear about the storyline to Doom, it just feels like, ain't that the same storyline of Apocalypse, where he goes and goes outside of time and stuff and tries to, like, create his own version of the world. He tries to destroy the world and remake it in his own image. Similar storyline to like Thanos, Doom, and also what's his name? The guy that they scrapped, the original guy, Kane the Conqueror. But I guess all bad guys have that similarity, don't they? Even like Magneto has it. So, but yeah, if they do bring Apocalypse back, all I can say is please make him really, really comic book friendly as well. Like when he grows and stuff. This is good. So far, Marvel, the stories I'm hearing regarding what they're doing, regarding all the movies that are going forward, especially the big ones like Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man, Avengers Secret War, sorry, those ones, all the big ones so far, the storylines I'm hearing are really good, and I know they overhype stuff, they scrap stuff regarding ratings and stuff like that. So yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of that here and there. One minute they're releasing something and then they will scrap it because of obviously they have to rate it and see if it does well on certain platforms, when to release it, and yeah, stuff like that. So sometimes you hear them saying they're going to do something and they scrap it. Makes sense. Yeah, but so far so good. I'd like to hear. Obviously, we knew about the variant side, and I feel like they're going leaning into that. As I said, crossovers. That's what they're doing. Like X-Men, Avengers crossover, like bringing and then rebooting. So a lot of this stuff is like saying goodbye to old characters as well. Some are going to stay, obviously. So they're going to give some old characters a big, I guess, farewell by giving them a bit more screen time. I'm assuming some are going to stay. As I said, Wolverine's going to stay. Hugh Jackman's character, and they might do another Wolverine apparently. But yeah, you get the drift. Certain Spider-Man characters, Tony Maguire, we heard about that. So as far as I'm concerned, I like a lot of what I'm hearing. That's what I'm saying to you, and I'll say that hearing. So wait until the movies come out and you'll see. So I want the hype to be as good as what we see on the screen, or at least as good as the Avengers that we've seen previously. It's got to live as good as the end games and stuff like that. If it's not good as that or better, because really it should be better because of the amount of characters they've got. It should be better. You know what I mean? So if it's not better, I'll be very disappointed because it should be. With, as I said, you've got so many different characters. So yeah, looking forward to it. If you would like to leave your comments down below regarding how you feel about Chris Evans returning as different characters, variants of different people, his storyline and Doom storyline, Mystique. Forgot about Mystique as well, and what they're doing with Mystique. Yeah, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Be a part of the gang. Click on the bell. All that good stuff. You know who it is. It's me. I'm what's missing, and we're gonna, get to that mill. Let's go. Have a nice day.